Get to know one of the most liberal countries in the Middle East. Many people still associate this region with tension and conflict, remaining wary and cautious. However, local history isn't just about wars. It also reflects ongoing political changes, shifts in power, and the redrawing of borders, keeping its population constantly adapting. Among these countries, Iraq stands out for the intensity of events shaping its identity. Home to multiple ethnic groups and even an autonomous region, Iraq faced a major conflict around 2 decades ago. Today, it continues dealing with challenges heightened by the situation in Syria, leaving its territory at ongoing risk. Its geography is also unique. Only the city of Basra has access to the sea. Surrounded by other nations, Iraq must maintain strong defense systems to handle threats emerging from all sides. With its 438,317 square kilometers and over 43 million people, Iraq holds a key position in the Middle East. It borders Turkey to the north, Syria and Jordan to the west, Iran to the east, and Saudi Arabia and Kuwait to the south. If the country were fully secure, it could unlock remarkable potential for prosperity, making it possible to travel between nearby regions in just a few hours, much like in many parts of Europe. Its central location in the Middle East gives Iraq the chance to become a vital link in regional integration. Beyond its geographic location, Iraq is blessed with valuable natural resources, especially oil, which makes its land even more sought after than many areas in Europe or the Balkans. Its strong agricultural potential adds to this economic advantage, drawing the interest of major global powers, particularly the United States, which has viewed Iraq as a strategically important area for decades. The local economy, largely centered on oil extraction, stands as the country's main source of income. Today, in the global ranking of proven oil reserves, Venezuela is at the top, with Iraq in an important 4th place, highlighting the vastness of its confirmed deposits based on actual figures, not just estimates. On top of that, the informal market also plays a role, involving the trade of weapons and illegal substances, factors that draw even more attention to this land of immeasurable value. Baghdad is the main gateway for anyone looking to explore Iraq. Packed with people and shaped by a rich history, this city reflects the country's cultural and ethnic mosaic. About 75% of the population is Arab, while roughly 20% is Kurdish. The remaining 5% includes groups like Assyrians and Turkmen, adding even more diversity to the mix. Religiously, the majority are Shia Muslims, making up around 65% of the population, followed by Sunnis at about 30%. There's also a Christian presence, highlighting the complex diversity that exists within the country. Arabic and Kurdish are both official languages, which speaks to Iraq's multicultural roots. In the north, in the autonomous Kurdistan region, Kurdish is part of daily life, so knowing the language can be really helpful if you want to get around smoothly. Even though cities like Basra, Mosul, Erbil, and Karbala are well known, flying straight into them is usually tricky. Most travelers land at Baghdad International Airport and then hit the road to reach their final destination. It's a mistake to think Iraq is stuck in the past. The country holds ancient treasures and was home to civilizations that played a huge role in shaping human culture. The Sumerians, Babylonians, and Assyrians left deep marks, still visible in ruins and monuments that fascinate historians and visitors alike. This heritage gives Iraq a special significance for anyone interested in the roots of modern society. The land that was once ancient Mesopotamia, often called the cradle of civilization, is still alive in its landscapes and customs, keeping a rich tapestry of beliefs and traditions alive in the very place where so much of our shared history began. The streets are always buzzing with life, and the buildings seem to glow under the sunlight. Early in the morning, the sweet taste of honey and cream in a dhow draws people of all ages, from 7 to 70, for a moment where tradition meets something new. Baghdad, the capital, feels like a literary haven, where books compete for space with steaming cups of tea and lively conversations. Iraq, shaped by the Tigris and Euphrates rivers and Ottoman-era architecture, holds a powerful literary legacy, especially in the capital. where it sometimes feels like there are more books than people. A visit to the Martyrs' Monument brings a wave of emotion. The names carved there, laid out like opening petals, honor the brave souls who are no longer with us. Its cylindrical design stands as a symbol of resistance against forgetting, capturing in every detail the hardships that have shaped the country. These marks are like nails hammered into history, reminders of a people who refuse to give in. In this space where past and present come together, it's clear that a nation's strength lies in the values passed down through generations, etched into memory and carried in the soul of every person. And in this land where tea is king, meals come with rituals that win people over. Just take a walk through the streets of Iraq early in the day, and you'll find a heartwarming scene. Groups gathered around tables enjoying gama, a sweet dish soaked in honey and cream that kicks off the morning. Made with buffalo milk, this breakfast tradition is just as important as the steaming tea that goes with it. When you dive into Iraqi cuisine, there's a standout surprise among the familiar Middle Eastern flavors: mazgoof. This national dish is made from river fish and can be either grilled or fried, depending on your preference. If you go for the grilled version, you'll taste the difference. Direct contact with open flames and wood gives it a bold, smoky flavor you won't forget. As you wander through the bazaars of Baghdad, you might catch the mouth-watering smell of seasoned fries in the air. It's a scent that instantly wakes up your appetite. This local favorite is part of a food scene as rich as Iraq's history. The country takes pride in being a global reference for fries, offering creative seasonings and bags of spiced potatoes you can buy to take a bit of that love home with you. It's totally normal to see Iraqis munching on fries while driving, a clear sign they've earned a special spot in everyday life. On almost every corner in Baghdad, falafel shops invite you in for a quick bite, always keeping things super clean. Vendors wear gloves and follow strict hygiene, making sure your meal is both safe and tasty. Life in the streets mostly revolves around adults and elders, with women usually dressed modestly and men mixing Western and traditional Arab styles. What really stands out, though, is the warm welcome from local shopkeepers. They greet every customer with genuine friendliness, knowing how important it is to draw people in, especially during tough times. For anyone visiting Baghdad or other parts of Iraq, this human warmth makes for an unforgettable experience. Travelers are treated like treasures, helping to build the reputation of a people who turn visitors into friends and proudly show off Iraq's true spirit of hospitality. Baghdad, the beating heart of Iraq, is lined with graffiti-covered walls that tell the stories of a resilient people. Bright colors light up every corner, but the vibe in the city can shift quickly, especially during protests, where masked faces call out against the government. The police, heavily armed, make sure order is kept. In more remote areas, many families live with limited resources, and the growing population is most visible in the number of kids running around. Still, there's a hopeful sign. More and more girls are showing up in classrooms, sparking the possibility of real change in the future. Amid the smiles, the innocence of childhood stands in sharp contrast to the daily struggles faced in these communities. Even though education is free, it's not mandatory. So elementary and high school enrollment rates are lower compared to other countries in the Middle East. With a literacy rate of around 40%, that means nearly half the population still faces the challenges of not being able to read or write. But even with all that, there's a powerful collective spirit that keeps pushing forward, driven by hope for a better tomorrow. As you walk through Iraq's busy streets and colorful markets, you'll often see women wearing black veils, something that's more common here than in many other parts of the Middle East. As you make your way through the urban maze, buildings still show signs of recent battles, with bullet holes whispering stories of past conflicts. Even so, life goes on. Kids run around and laugh nearby, bringing energy to the sidewalks. Traveling between cities, the scars left by the fight against ISIS are hard to miss. Destroyed buildings line the road, and makeshift roadside stalls pop up along the way, where vendors sell everything from snacks and currency exchange to office supplies. The faces of the people passing by often show a mix of exhaustion and hope, shaped by uncertain days and a future that still feels unclear. Leaving Baghdad with all its rich flavors and cultural life and heading toward Erbil, you step into a very different setting, one that plays a big role in the country's future. Erbil, located in the Kurdish region, has a special status, enjoying autonomy from the central government and running its own parliament. The city even has its own airport and is growing fast, reminding many of the early development days of Dubai. New buildings are going up non-stop, a clear sign of a city on the rise. Erbil, right in the heart of Iraq, stands out for its famous kebabs, eye-catching weapon bazaars, and roadside currency exchange spots. Locals proudly call it the kebab capital, and it's also the go-to place for scoring cars and phones at great prices. That's because Erbil has become a major hub for the parallel market in the Middle East, where tax exemptions make it easy to find products way cheaper than usual. People from nearby towns and even far-off regions flock to the city to get their hands on tech and other goods without the heavy taxes you'd normally see in northern Iraq. As you wander through the local bazaars, don't be surprised if you come across shops selling weapons from past conflicts, right there, available to anyone who's interested. In Erbil, you can find pretty much anything, even if it's not through totally official channels. Even though Iraq is celebrated as the birthplace of great civilizations, today's reality looks very different from that glorious past. Right now, a lot of people get by on monthly salaries between $200 and $300. With jobs in short supply, some turn to the black market as a way to make ends meet in uncertain times. That's it for now. Until next time.